Yay. All right. Yeah, we're live now.
Awesome.
Cutting in everybody's fun. Right now, cutting in the Indie Vote Radio right now. Hello, everybody on Indie Vote Radio. How are you doing? Hey, we started off an impressive number, which means I cut in there at 7,224 people on Indie Vote Radio listening right now.
I'm sorry to interrupt your music.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, we interrupted your music. Sorry. So yeah, we got thanks Germany right now, Mexico. Appreciate it. Please stick around for us. This is another episode of Geekgasm with Stephanie and Lola, the indie princess. I am varying Grant on loan as always because Lola refuses to control the board.
I do everything else.
She doesn't do anything, man. It's easy for her. This show was easy. She just sits there like, yeah, comics. I read them.
Well, right now, computer issues.
Yeah, she's having our time.
Computer parts won't come in the mail.
Yeah, I gotta fix her computer up.
Yeah.
It's getting kind of rough. We got some great guests tonight. Brett's gonna try to get back in here, but we got David Whalen, Correct Handed Comics. And we got Gary Henderson with Pyramid Nights, and we're gonna talk to these guys about their books. We're gonna answer some questions they got sent in, and we actually got some funny questions sent in that I think Lola and Stephanie are going to love. So
Bring it.
So try not to have a seizure for my background.
Oh yeah. We'll try to make sure that your background doesn't cause anybody. If you have a complaint with this background, let us know. We'll I'll yank it out of there. Yeah. Phil Lachlan's evening, y'all. Evening, Phil. I'm gonna hit the intro and we shall. Here is the intro, I think. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I got it. All right. So everyone, I've introduced myself, but I'll do it again. I'm Varian Grant, and I really don't understand why I'm still on the show. Because Lola could let me run. She can let me sleep. It'd be great.
If I can't sleep, you can't sleep.
No, okay. Introduce yourself, Lola.
Hey,
You might want to redo your mic. Is your mic even?
you're controlling the board.
Well, I can't unmute your mic. Jesus.
Technical issues tonight. Yeah, I'm the indie princess, and I am your host of Geekgasm and the co-publisher of Let's Call Comics. And now we have Stephanie with us and some awesome people that are going to talk about their books tonight.
That is correct. Everybody just shut up. It was just like
I
so
know.
quiet.
Yeah, it was funny. It was just like, Stephanie, what have you done? You've done a couple comics. I just seen Aeonian 3's cover, which is Amazeballs, and
Yeah.
you've done so. You got Aeonian and Psychopath, but you can tell people a lot better than I can. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have Psychopath. That was a limited series. That one's done. I'm on 3 out of 4 of the first arc of an ongoing series called Aeonian. It's a horror drama. It's really good. It's Aeonian 3 is actually coming to Kickstarter on Monday, so very excited about that. I also do prose. I have all kinds of stuff. I've been in a lot of anthologies and published by a few places, and I do a lot of this. I do a lot of talking and podcasting. I'm very good at it. I like to talk, apparently. So
I need to become more like you.
Yeah.
it took years to get here. I'm telling you. I used to be very quiet, and now I've been podcasting for like 6 or 7 years, and I love it. So much fun.
Stephanie, there's a young lady. She has another show. I can't think of the name of the show right now, but she reminds me of you. Except for she's like a brown Stephanie. Like
Cool.
it's like her cadence, the way she speaks. She reminds me a lot of you. Casually Comics, that's what it's called. Casually Comics. She's just her voice and the cadence of her voice, and she's got a quick wit that you have to catch. And I know, so Stephanie's She sneak disses a lot. She'll say something you won't realize you were insulted to the next day. Like, wait a minute.
I say everything out of love, everything. And if I can't tease you guys, I mean, you guys are my friends and I love you. So I hope that you know I tease because of the love, you know?
Yeah. It's like,
Big happy family.
Yes.
unlike when I tease Scott Rosemont, which is born out of a place of hate. No, Gary, tell us about Correct Handed Comics.
Yeah, Correct Handed Comics. I'm a writer, artist, producer, colorist, letterer, inker of multiple books. I have an ongoing series that we just published issue 11 called The Offspring, and it's a suspense action thriller. And I am in the process of getting book 12 done, about halfway through, so I'm hoping by the end of June, book 12 will be out ready to go. I have a couple one-shots and graphic novels out, one called The Shady Lady, which is a noir thriller with a strong female protagonist and her problems that she goes through fighting on the mean streets of New York City. And I have a 100 plus page graphic novel called The Loved Ones that is about the children of classic movie monsters who go and hunt their parents.
Ooh.
And a couple other projects, but I don't want to take a billion years. I'm sure we'll get to them.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That sounds awesome. Yeah.
Thank you. Stephanie, I saw your psychopath the other day. I don't know if I've been stalking you on Facebook. I don't know if you've ever run into my name, but I've run into your name many, many times, and your books are awesome.
Oh, thank you. You know, your name does look familiar, and so I feel like it's very possible we've crossed paths somehow. We're now gonna be Facebook friends because I'm gonna add you now. Now that I've met you officially, it does. Yeah.
Quasi face to face.
Yeah, as face to face as we can get right now, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of seeing people, did you all see Lola's father on America's Most Wanted last night? No?
Whatever.
Oh, we're not talking about that? Okay. All right. Anyway. Gary, tell us about Pyramid Nights.
Oh my God. Well, I've been working on this series for a long time. I have 5 books done. I'm working on an offshoot of the series called The Last Pyramid War. It's a sci-fi adventure action kind of comic book. It's kind of like the 80s style, you know, flat colors. The kind of comics I used to like back then, you know, when I grew up with comics. And it's a comic book set on the other side of Orion's belt. And the characters the Pyramid Knights are protectors of the last living pyramid of the 12 pyramids that went dormant. But the 12th pyramid, which is the Karnak pyramid, which is still a living pyramid, and the protectors of that one. And it's about time travel and this and that. And it's a lot of fun. I hope to get out there with my book, and it's great to meet you guys.
Gary sent me Pyramid Nights, and I.
Oh, you got those books?
Yeah, I got him. He sent me Pyramid Nights, and I read. I'm like, okay, I got to send. And I made Gary's package, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna send this out. And then I'm very lazy, and then all the COVID craziness. Yeah. I finally got it out there in the mail, so I feel a lot better about myself. But I got sick, and then I was like, well, it's out there though. I made sure it got in the mail, so it's on its way to you. Some of the books I've done. Yeah, no problem. Pyramid Nights, I got a chance to go through issue 1. I didn't get a chance to check the other one. She sent me, I think, 4 issues. So I'm going to get a chance to go through those. But before we begin, gentlemen and ladies, I say lady because, I mean, Stephanie's like, you're Lola, you know, you've done very unladylike things. Let me look in the, hey, Brett joined us. Hello, Brett.
Sorry about that. There were technical difficulties.
No problem. Let me go. Here's Phil says that sounds interesting, Stephanie Menard.
What sounds interesting though? That's my question.
Sarah says, "Hey there, Sarah."
On the other side of Orion's
belt. We'll get some.
That was me. Sorry.
No problem. Hey, getting yourself together. It's fine. Take your time. Dan Lee says, let's go. What's good? Hey, Dan. See, you got a picture of Takashi. Mike says, you're only insulted if you take offense. I've missed Mike's last week. Mike wasn't in the chat. I was sad without him.
I didn't have a show either.
Well, yeah. Well, no, it was that. No, it was the last
Yeah.
show. Yeah. Mike was in the chat. I was sad. Pop says he's watching the madness. What's up, everyone? Hello, Pops.
Hey, Pops.
Yeah. Sarah says Shady Lady is an awesome title.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Dan says Gary puts in work. I see your stuff everywhere. And Sarah says, is Lola doing shots for the tip jar again? I'll take shots too. Yeah, she's always doing shots for the tip jar.
I'm gonna do Crown tonight though. I
didn't feel so good last night.
Too much crowd?
Too much crowd. I don't drink, so it like really got to me.
So you say you drink too much?
It was only 2 shots. Now you're even gonna make me feel embarrassed.
Aw.
Well, I think you
Two
got
shots.
something
What were they?
2 shots of Crown Royal back to back.
That'll do it.
Oh, that's tasty stuff.
No,
You want to see Lola turn red? She stood up
Yeah.
after the show
Where are
and
you
fell
guys?
backward into the blue.
There's your problem.
I've had the bottle for a while.
Yeah,
Couple weeks.
Well, the shit must have got
I'm
stronger.
from New England. We drink a lot of beer up here.
I don't like beer at all.
Most girls don't. I try to treat my daughters teach my daughters to drink beer, and they learn.
Well, I mean, there's good beer out there, and like I like beer, but I don't really drink it because I have one and I feel like I ate like a steak. Like it's so filling. So I can only drink like 2 beers, and then I'm like, well, that was it. I'm done now. But I can drink a whole bottle of wine, like no problem. So I don't know.
You eat dessert, don't you? Like you like dessert, like.
Yeah.
Most girls like dessert. Like my wife will go to a restaurant, she can eat everything on her plate, and she feels full. I'm like, honey, you want dessert? Yeah, I want dessert. You know?
But you have to split it with me. That's my rule. I'm like, you have to split it.
Phil says the books you mentioned did not know will be taken as Stalker reference.
Oh, Phil, no. Oh, Phil.
Randy said, Varian made Gary's package. Yes, I. Yeah, that says your mic is slow, Varian. Yeah, I'm switching between me and Lola's mic because Lola's like right across the room from me, so we're picking up a lot of cross feed, and I didn't want to hit you guys with the guy like echo, which you know. Randy says, I got some books from Gary too, and I owe him some books back. Sorry, Gary, I will send you some soon. Yeah, I got my books out before you, Randy. You're slacking.
I can't wait, honestly. Looking forward to all those books coming my way. And I hope you enjoy the books I sent to you, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna read the rest of them tonight. Because I can't sleep. I'm gonna read the rest of them tonight because I can't sleep. So I'm gonna read those, and then I'll end up I'll write you in the morning, let you know if I like them. I'm sure I'll like them. They look pretty good. The first issue I went through, that's pretty good. I liked it. Sarah says Rum Chata sounds great for shots.
It's so good. It just doesn't have it. You have to mix it with like loopy vodka, and it tastes like a Fruity Pebbles drink, and it's so good.
And Dan says I got Fireball and Pumpkin Captain Morgan. Yeah, see.
I got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, see, if you guys want to see hilarity though, check out on my Facebook, my YouTube, Varian Grant. I did the absinthe stream where I bought a bottle of absinthe and I sat at my art table and I sketched while taking absinthe shots. And after the 3rd shot,
you started drinking straight from the bottle.
Yeah. And I don't remember anything after that. I know that the stream ended at 7, and by the time I knew anything, it was 2 a.m. And I woke up like, I woke up lonely. Like, where is everybody?
Wasn't I just talking to a bunch of people? What the hell?
Well, what drawings look like? That's the question.
Yeah.
And I was looking around for people. I'm calling for my kid. I can't find him. And the next morning, no one will look me in the eye. It was pretty bad. So that being said, when we do start Comic Cons again, I'm gonna sneak absence to the shows, and we'll be doing absence shots. I'll sneak him around the show like, hey.
Oh no! Don't give me any. I'm trouble, man. You don't want to do that.
Hey, Steph, here's the shot. Don't worry, it's just vodka. That was absence, I know. Let's go back and watch the fireworks. Brett, you joined us a little bit.
Old New England.
Oh yes, I'm afraid to drink with this Mercer. I'm afraid that the Mercer is gonna like turn to Super Mercer, and it's like, all right, my leg is gonna like disconnect and walk off by itself.
That would be bad.
Now, all you guys from down south. Everyone here from down south?
No, from Michigan.
Us.
Michigan.
Yeah. Although Massachusetts, you said where?
Yeah, I'm in Massachusetts, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Brett, you joined us late. Where are you from, sir?
I'm from Florida.
Oh, Brett.
Awesome.
Good old Florida, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Florida.
Yes, sir.
Be hot down there,
Florida.
I wonder if we got a lot of people we know from Florida. Rob Anderson, which that's all Florida needed. Like with Rob. Now that they have Rob, it's man. Sarah says she's in Illinois. Sarah, you're not that far. Sarah's here again. Let's lag on the YouTube and Facebook. Oh, I gotta hang out with you at a conference. Yeah, Sarah. And we used to go to Wizard World Chicago every year. In fact, Lola wanted to move to Rosemont, and then people started dying. She's like, nah.
Nah, we good.
Yeah. Chuck says rum chata is a great shot.
Hey, Chuck.
There's two meat in the room.
Chuck is on. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like everyone seems to be in Florida right now. And Dan says he's from Orlando. So yes, I've been to expensive ass Orlando.
That it is.
Yeah. I've gone like, how much is that McDonald's? I won't eat. How about that? Guys, we're gonna go through some questions real quick. I love these questions from Indie Vote Radio. We have a 16-year-old who wrote in, and he wants to know next year when school starts back up, he wants either Stephanie or Lola to go to prom with him.
No, that is so cute.
Yeah. It's funny. I took his name. I don't want to embarrass the kid because I know how kids can be. But yeah, you know what? Lola will go to prom with you. I will allow it. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, she didn't go to prom, so it's yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, she never had a problem. This don't make moves on her. It's fine. I mean,
that off the list then.
Yeah. You know, like your prom list will be incomplete because there's activities. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, you go to prom. It'll be cute.
That is so adorable.
You take prom pictures. You just wear something tasteful. Cover up the girl for a change.
Does anybody do this on movies now when they have movies and TV shows when they have proms of kids now? They're always playing 80s music.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Right?
Like Spider-Man, they were playing Flock of Seagulls.
Yeah.
My wife and I were watching a show the other day where they were doing prom, and it was like aha. Like, what's the deal? Trying to take over our 80s culture.
Crystal bring shots of Crown. Oh no, actually, she'll bring shots of Jaeger. Although maybe not. She doesn't need to be around the minors with Jaeger in her system, huh? Sarah says, prom, totally. Chuck says still chaperone. There you go.
Aw.
Yeah.
Chuck is a gentleman.
Yeah, Chuck is an editor. He's got a couple books. He's got a couple coming out actually. which I'm always jealous of because
We'll get 'em back
Chucks
on
the
show.
balls.
yeah.
He
So
also has a really awesome audio drama called Essence House, which
he
I
does.
really love. I
And
love.
a lot of people don't know this. Essence House is actually on Indievo Radio as well.
I did not know that, and I've listened
Yeah.
to it. How did I not know that?
Well, I'll tell you how you don't know it. Because Chuck and Eric didn't bother put the Indievo logo on their new ad. That's how. See, I guess my check didn't clear enough time to get that free advertisement. That's all right. Yeah, that's right. That's all the reason you need. Download that app, and it'll be it is scheduled. I think it's scheduled 2:00 every day. We play the same episode for a week straight, and then we move on to the next episode. That way you can space it out. And it's a really good drama. I love it. I thought it was like, man. At first I was like, I'm not gonna like this, and then like I don't like radio dramas really. And then I listened to it, like, and that was the thing. I'm like, holy crap, this show's pretty damn good. So David, I want to start with you first.
Do it.
How long you been doing comics?
This is probably doing it for myself on Correct Handed Comics. This is probably year 5, but I worked with a few small press, very, very, very small press companies a couple years before that. So I'd say I'm going on like 8 years working in indie comics.
And you decided to stay.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I say you decided to stay because I'm telling you.
I like you well enough. I hung up my coat. I put some clothes in the drawer. I'm going to stick around.
Yeah.
What made you get into comics?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me turn your mic on. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What made you get into comics? Did anything inspire you?
Yeah, I've always been like so many other people like me. I've always been a comic book fan. Grew up reading Archie comic books and Mighty Mouse and Superman and Spider-Man, and always was the kid that got in trouble for drawing on my math homework. And you couldn't stop me. You tried, and so soon they found out if you just give me an extra sheet of paper next to my math homework, and the math homework has a lot less drawings on it. And they finally figured that one out a couple years into it. But then just grew up reading comics and loving everything about it, and always drawing and always creating. Went to school. I'm a teacher. Had to get my master's degree and all that to become an art teacher. I teach K-5 elementary art. So I really get to do what I love to do every single day, and be able to teach kids how to do it also. And about 7 or 8 years ago, after getting my degree, after getting married, having kids, and all that stuff, and I said, I think I've got a little bit of time in my schedule here to be able to start drawing some comic books. Jumped in with a couple small press companies. Some went well, some didn't go well, and decided that it was time to start putting out some of my own stories. So started with The Offspring issue 1, and like I said, we're about to issue 12 should come out in about June-ish, so like the last week of June-ish, with multiple other titles going. I couldn't be more happy with the way all these titles come out, and the way that it gives me a chance to be able to tell stories that I want to tell that hopefully people enjoy, and I'm not stopping anytime soon.
Awesome.
So I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Chuck. Oh, Chuck.
Yo, that's to say something.
Yeah. Everyone's taking shots, except for me.
Not me yet.
I'd say I'm not.
No.
Tonight. Maybe tomorrow night,
Nope.
but not tonight.
If I had a little crown with a little 7 in there, that'd be okay. But shots, no.
It was funny when you were on, Steph. I think your first show. You had been drinking on the show beforehand.
Oh my God, yeah.
So by the time you got to ours,
Oh,
you had already had a few, and it was great. It was.
It was kind of funny because like I don't, that show that I usually do it every Wednesday. I didn't do it today because I got heat exhaustion on Monday because my vampire ass does not go outside. And I went outside on Monday and it was like 90 degrees or whatever. And I got sunburnt and I've been, basically exhausted and feeling like trash for 2 days. But anyway, I normally go on this show and it's called Drunken Confessions. So we have a shot and then we'll like at the beginning and then we'll drink during the show. And so I'm not used to having a show after. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I can have a few drinks during the show and it's fine. And then I didn't realize how drunk I was.
Mm.
When I showed up to your
Famous
show, I
last
was
week.
like, whoa. And then I just kept drinking because I was like, this feels right. Let's just keep doing
If it's wrong, you don't want to be right.
I felt great, and I made fun of Trico. I mean, so that was a class move on my end.
She it was very entertaining streaming. It was awesome. I went back and watched it that night and I'm like, this is
I've
great.
never seen her like that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't been drinking much, so yeah, that night was like I was definitely extra. So you're welcome.
Yeah, it was always great. It was great. Now Gary, you've been doing pyramid. How long have you been doing comics? Or say what is Gary? Did you? Oh, I think he's frozen.
Rose.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he froze. No, okay, well I'll move on to Brett. Brett, I've seen some of your art
Yes, sir.
on your site, on your Facebook. How long you been drawing? I was gonna try to pull some of it up, but it's been
Really, just 2 years. I have some of it right next to me.
okay. Yeah, put some of it up for me.
I picked up some of the stuff I've been doing. I got this one here, Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker.
Nice.
Now that's all with pencil and ink.
No, that's just pencil.
Okay. Oh, that wow.
Wow.
That your pencils look like inks. That's
Yeah, I did that one kind of dark. Now here's
Palpatine.
yep, that's one version of Palpatine.
Is it safe to say you're a Star Wars fan?
No, not really. I thought other people would be that are looking at my stuff.
Now, are you selling any of that online at all?
Trying to. Not very much has been sold.
Okay. Well, we'll make sure we advertise a little bit of that. Maybe we can get you a couple of sales up there. That'd be nice, right?
Yeah,
No.
that would be great. I'm actually, because I'm a creator of a comic book
Mhm.
myself. Right now, these Star Wars pictures. I'm doing a kind of a deal that I can give you a bundle for, depends on how much you donate to the GoFundMe campaign
Mhm.
that I have for my comic. It's called Green Tempest.
I'm gonna pull that up. Let me see here. I'm gonna go pull that up, and then I'm gonna go around and get everyone else's books too, and pull those up as well. You're on Indiegogo, correct?
And no, I'm a GoFundMe.
Go from there.
I have a link. Where do I send that to you?
You can put it right there in the chat if you want.
Okay, I'll do that. I'm in the Facebook one right now, so I'll put it there.
And I'll pull up Green Tempest right here if you want.
There we go. That's my page there.
All right. And if that's where everyone else sees it, they can pull that up.
I'm a Batman fan, so I did a page that was Batman related, and I just recently got in a relationship, so that's my girlfriend.
Ah,
Yes.
here we go.
Congratulations.
Green Tempest. There we go.
Yes, sir.
So this year, did you do the logo yourself?
No, I didn't. The artwork for the book is done by Javier Lugo
Mm-hmm.
with colors by a gentleman named Brian. I'm just the writer of the book and creator.
And okay, there we go.
I'm just trying to look here because that amount is wrong. I'm trying to find the right one.
Okay, let me take a look. Maybe I might be in the wrong one. Let me see here. Oops. Oh, there we go. Okay, let me see. I may be in the wrong one. Give me 1 second.
I'm just trying to find it myself real quick.
You got look at all our technical
I
difficulties.
know I've been trying to do. Okay, it should be the one with $20
Okay, let's see here.
on it.
Ooh, we can't have that. We gotta have one. There we go. Okay, so you tried it a few times then. Now,
I tried, yeah, and it just didn't work.
why do GoFundMe instead of like Indiegogo or
I'm new to all this, so
Okay.
I really didn't know what to do,
Mhm.
and then it was kind of intimidating doing the goals.
Mhm.
So I just thought if I can interact individually with the people that donate, I can give them a choice of what kind of rewards they want that way,
Mhm.
and it would not kind of intimidate me very much about it.
Well, the art looks good. I mean, look at this art. These aliens fighting. To me, that's a professional level work right there. That looks
Yeah,
pretty good.
the colors were done by a guy named Brian. If you look at the other color page that was on there,
Mhm.
the ground here, you can see where his feet are and stuff.
Yeah.
The artist that drew it, Javier, he did that kind of as rubble,
Mhm.
and the guy that colored it came up with the idea to turn it into ice,
Oh, okay.
It's a nice
Yeah.
contrast.
which I thought that was a pretty good touch.
Sign of a good colors right there. We're gonna try. You know what? I want to talk to you a little bit about trying to move the campaign over to one of the other funding platforms. I mean, GoFundMe is fine, but I think you might get a little more traction on like a Kickstarter or Indiegogo. But we'll talk about that. We'll come back to that. That looks good though. I like that Green Tempest. Everybody, you can check that out. I'm pretty sure a bunch of people are going to get mad at me and demand that we get you over on Kickstarter. I'm going to get messages. So we all. So and David, you had a book out, or you're crowdfunding correct too, right?
Actually, I'm not. I'm a one-man band, so I'm in the process. I do everything myself. I was lucky enough in the first couple issues to be able to have a colorist with me, and I just decided that I was gonna go ahead and try to tackle the whole thing by myself. I am in the process of thinking about starting a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter or something like that. But right now, my main concern was just getting content out. And now that I've got a good amount of content out, probably this summer I'm going to start digging into some crowdfunding.
Let me see. I'm sorry, I got both mics on. Is anyone getting that echo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Just making sure. Yeah. I used to take pride, and I'll tell you, this is gonna sound weird. You guys are probably gonna laugh at me, but I used to take a significant amount of pride, and I don't know if Lola ever did, but when I would say all my comics I've self-funded. I never went to crowdfunding. So and, and I had my chest puffed out, and then I noticed it was like, well, that's not. I mean, everybody started doing crowdfunding. Everybody's done it. So it really didn't make me, I started thinking maybe I'm missing the boat. It's nothing wrong with crowdfunding. Nothing wrong. Go ahead, Stan. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I mean, I started off paying for, my own books too. Like I funded all 3 issues of Psychopath, and I did that because they were my first comics, and I felt like I wasn't ready to do a Kickstarter. Nobody really knew who I was. I was just getting started, and so I felt like I needed to, build up like a following before I tried. I felt that was, the best way to do it. And then when I started Aeonian, I'd been, working in comics for like 2-3 years, and it was funded in like 2 hours, and it made it a lot easier to start off kind of doing it on my own and then building that reputation and then moving to crowdsourcing. And I really only use it because it funds the books. I don't make like a ton of money. Like, actually, I don't really make money. I make enough money to pay my team and to get it out there and print it. And then, my money comes from, royalties from my publisher and things like that. So I think it's a great tool. I think it can be hard to use if you don't already have some kind of a following. But if you have a really low goal, you could get really lucky and, you know, it could work. I've seen it happen. So
Yeah,
That's kind of
yeah.
that's kind of what I was thinking too. I'm like her. I was new. I'm new, and I didn't have a following for it.
mhm.
So I was trying to put out the do what I could on my own until this pandemic hit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And the pandemic has changed a lot of people's plans. Gary, you've got 4 issues out now. Did you go to crowdfunding of any of those?
What was that?
Oh, that's in Gary.
Um,
If he did any
Oh,
crowdfunding,
sorry.
I don't know.
my first book, I did the Kickstarter. I put it out there for $1,000 to fund me, and I actually got the $1,000, and I paid all the rewards and everything for the first book, and they paid for the printing and all that. Because first and second book, I did all myself. I wrote it, I colored it, I drew it, I lettered it. It was tough, but it's a labor of love. I had a lot of fun doing that, you know. But my third book, and my fourth book, and my fifth book I have out. Well, the fifth book is going to be coming out soon. Um, I hired an artist to help me with the layouts of the characters and body language of the characters, because I noticed the body language of my characters wasn't, dynamic enough, and so he helped me. His name is Savvy Lim, who I hired. He's from Jacksonville, Florida, and he did some really good layouts for me, and I did all the inking and coloring to that. And, it attracted more people to my book, and but now I have another book, an offshoot of the Pyramid Knights called The Last Pyramid War, and I hired a guy from Poland, and I'm sorry I can't say his name. I should know his name, and another colors for that book, and I hope, and that one looks really good. I really am proud with that. But I'm writing that one and lettering that one also, and it's a lot of fun. It's a labor of love.
Mhm.
I never stop as long as I can keep going. And I'm sure all you guys are the same way.
Well, all of us, except until very recently now, Lola, who has never had to work about putting out a book, but she finally got tired of sitting around and said, "I'm going to write a comic."
I never put on my own.
Right, and now she's doing that. Lola, tell me a little bit about tell us a little bit about what you discovered since you started putting together your own book.
Writing is hard.
Nailed
It
But
is.
it's
Nailed it.
fun. It is fun.
Writing is hard.
it.
I mean, I had the whole story in my head, but putting it on paper was like super hard to do.
Yeah.
It was my first script. I didn't know what I was doing, but I got it done.
Was it a one shot? Were you trying to get a 4-issue miniseries, a trade, or a graphic novel? What were you trying to do?
It's gonna be more like a graphic novel. It's currently 64 pages.
Wow.
That's
until I get a hold of it.
Yeah, he wants to add more pages to it. So it might be a little more. We'll see where it goes.
That's
For your
a
first
pretty
start,
big.
64 pages is a great start.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was lucky
I'm
to
excited.
get 22 for my first script. I'm like you said, writing's hard, and
It is.
well, and writing a comic script is so much different than like just writing out a story. So
Yeah.
like I've always written stories, and then when I went to try to learn how to write comics, it was very intimidating because you have to remember that you have to you're relying on your artists to tell a lot of the story, and you kind of have to give the reins the control over a little bit, and your words, you need to tell as much story in as little words as possible. And so it's a little intimidating. Now I've been doing it for years, and it's a lot easier, but when I first started, oh man, it was scary. Like, what am I
Took me 2 months
doing?
to write my script. Yeah, I was writing for 2 months. I mean, one day I knocked out 20 pages in a day, but that's because I was bored.
Can you give us a little taste of the
I
theme, of the genre, of the characters, of the story?
I haven't really told anybody about it yet.
I must
It's
say-
Your
still a
opportunity. I'm
secret.
excited. Can't wait to hear it.
I must
I'm
say
still
my
keeping it
first
hush
book
right now.
was hard.
Keeping it close to the vest. I like that.
Yes.
She can't really keep anything close to the vest, though.
My
I mean, she's
first
got
book
two
was
Subway
hard.
stoppers.
I can keep it between the chest.
Whatever works for you.
I mean, it saves my phone, so
It does. It does. It does. It holds money.
My
too,
first
though.
book was
Yeah.
the hardest because you have to develop characters, you have to develop the personalities, you have to develop how they interact with each other during situations that you put them in your book. And
Yeah.
then you have to keep that going through the series to keep the series going. And that's what I try to do with my characters. Like my female character, her name is Sheba, and she's wicked sassy. So I have to keep her sassy through the whole series. And Brenner, actually comes a Pharaoh time. He's kind of the leader, even though he doesn't understand what he's supposed to do as the leader. But he still has that personality of a leader to lead them on. And the other character, the other male character, Cabby, who wears a patch on his eye, he's kind of like the strong guy, but kind of dopey at the same time. He kind of rushes into a situation without thinking. And you got to kind of keep that kind of personality or their way of doing stuff in the books through the series, so everyone that reads the books understands your characters and can relate to them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, my main character is a lot like me. There's a lot of personal things in that book. It was a way for me to get out some stuff that was on my chest. So there's a lot of emotion that's going in my book.
That's how you work. You work with situations in your life. You kind of put what you learn in life and what you experience in life into your characters. I understand that. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You see, when you say that, it scares me because I've read Stephanie's book, and if any of that's going on in her head, I'm straight. I'm straight because I'm
Sorry.
straight. It's like I'm gonna tell Mike, press 2 if you need help. Enter 2 in the chat if you need help.
Mike is just fine. He's just fine. Don't worry about Mike.
Question from Indie World Radio, from Puerto Rico, from Jennifer. She says, "I'm tired of having to wear." And this is pretty much for the ladies. I'm tired of having to wear heels and dress sexy at Comic Cons here in PR, Puerto Rico.
Man, me too. I am sick and tired. Oh, that wasn't for me.
She says, guys can just throw on a ratty t-shirt and jeans and call it a day. I gotta shave my legs and get a mani-pedi. How do you ladies deal? Any shoe tips?
Oh man. What?
Heels.
I'm sorry. I mean, Mike.
If you're going to wear heels, get some inserts for the heels. And if you're sitting behind your table, put on some flats while you're sitting down.
Write this down.
That's what I do.
Write it down. Insert.
I don't wear heels at conventions for that reason, and I dress up because I like to. It's not because I feel like I have to, but I don't get out much. I'm a writer, so when I do get out, I like to look nice. So I wear like dresses and like fishnets and stuff, but I just don't do heels. So I have like boots, or cute black flats or something. If you want to wear heels, do it. But all that walking and standing, you're gonna just die. Like your feet and your legs are like, I couldn't do it. I would be done after the first day.
Jeff.
Huh?
I wear like I wear like 8-inch heels to the shows.
Yeah, you like it hurts.
Oh yeah, I've seen your shoes. I couldn't do it.
I think women who wear
You're brave,
heels,
girl.
that's a superpower. Women who wear heels, that's a superpower. And running
Well,
up.
my feet are like, I have an extreme arch, so I walk on my tiptoes anyways. So it's not that bad of wearing heels for me. But I mean, at the end of a show, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta take them off.
Yeah.
I just want to not wear. I do not wear heels.
Yeah, see, yeah, I should because I'm short.
Doesn't work.
Like some lifts or something is what I need. You know, it's odd because she does have a pretty big shoe collection, but we were at a con, and I think I told the story before, maybe on Indie World Live, but there was a guy who he was expressing like a lot of interest in her shoes, and got to the point where he asked to take a picture of her shoes.
Foot
And,
fetish.
Yeah. So he had his wife put her shoe right next to his or hers.
Feet.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had our feet next to each other. He was taking pictures.
Yeah, he's taking pictures, and it's like,
No.
you know,
Nope. That you are a part of foot porn, is what you were a part of.
Yeah. Although you're probably on Wiki Feet now.
There you go.
Yeah, it's, years later,
I
someone's
don't like feet, so if someone thinks my feet are pretty, well then go for it.
oh, feet. Oh. People walk on those things.
My way,
Yeah.
How do we get to this topic? That's what
Yeah.
topic.
Geekgasm goes off the rails. There's like,
right now.
yeah. I'm surprised no one's talked about. Well, our next topic, which this gentleman wrote in the Indie Vote Live a couple months ago. He's upset. He wrote back in. He says, you guys told me that I could never do it. You guys said that I would not find a printer willing to put in additives in his comic, in the ink of his comic. He has found.
You weren't here for this stuff.
Yeah, he has found a printer willing to do it.
Okay, wait. I don't understand. What?
Yeah.
My brain just.
One second, Lola. Let me unmute you. Go ahead.
He wrote in when I first started the show, pretty much. He wanted to know if there's any printers out there that would add his fluids to the ink.
What?
Okay.
That's whack.
I don't believe that he found someone to do that unless it's like crazy illegal. That is against like so many. No.
Like it. Wait. After he died? No, like that? Oh, sorry.
No,
He wants to add his jizz. I'll call it what it is.
Stop.
Baby batter to the
That's disgusting.
yeah to the ink, and he's doing an adult comic. He's doing an adult comic, and that's his hook that he's found. It totally is. It totally is.
Anything that helps with the inception of the book is always a good thing, right?
I mean, to each their own. And I mean, if it's an adult comic, that's fine. But like, just because somebody's interested in an adult comic doesn't necessarily mean that they want your baby juice in the comic when they buy it. Like, I mean, and like, do your thing, dude. Like, I try not to judge people, but I don't understand like what the appeal would be. Like, is he just trying to immortalize himself by putting his little sperm into some comics? Like, I just don't get it. But.
I got a question.
Maybe you can't have children, so this is like his way of creating his own children.
Yeah, see, bro.
And
I helped bring this to life in some small fashion.
And that I get that. That kind of makes sense.
I don't know why I'm justifying this. Whatever.
No, but listen. You guys remember the Kiss comic that came out when Marvel put out?
I was thinking the same thing.
The characters of Kiss put the blood in the ink.
Yeah.
So every issue that came out, Kiss comic had their.
I think you made that up. Gary.
No, I'm thinking that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, that Kiss, they did the blood comic, but here's the thing: I've read comics.
Yeah,
I've read
see?
comics,
Oh, okay.
sometimes
Not
when I'm reading, I notice that sometimes the ink has come off of my fingers. What if? Just what if? It's the only comic I got to make sure I wash my hands.
I'm finished.
It's the only comic
It's
I
all
wash
digital.
It's like I got to use Germex. I even have to use. I'm just thinking about it right now. I'm using Germex. Ew. It's gross.
Yeah, Chuck.
I can't imagine. I mean, if it's legal, okay. I can't imagine how, but like,
I don't know
okay.
if I imagine how it's illegal. I mean,
Well,
what's the precedent for it being against the law?
Well, maybe not illegal, but like usually like people can't like clean up. Like there's rules about like cleaning up blood or fluids or things of that nature. Like, so I'm just like
Every comic with a hazmat suit.
I never heard of that before. That's just wild.
This is kind of like blowing my mind right now. I didn't even know about the Kiss comic thing, and even that I don't understand. But again, to each their own.
First pregnancy from a comic.
They actually had pictures of them in their comic. They had pictures of them in the comic where they drew their blood and they injected into the ink where the ink went into the comic. Yeah, so everyone that bought a Kiss comic book from Marvel, they had their blood in it.
That is wild.
It's kind of cool. Better to have blood like that, and you.
Oh, Mike. That's disgusting.
Actually, there was another comic that happened. There was another comic. Another comic that happened, and I don't know if you guys heard about it. The publisher wound up business shortly thereafter, but they did a comic where the person put their blood into it. It was Magic Johnson, but they pulled it afterwards. So that was dark.
Yeah. You went there.
Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that shit? Like somebody's like, "Oh my God, you got what disease?" I am not touching your spermy comic. Ugh. Oh, let's see. They all donated a pint to the red ink, but that was long before any HIV scare. Yeah, see, imagine. You.
How do we know the COVID virus wasn't transmitted to a comic?
But if it was a Marvel book, I guarantee you. I get an STI from a comic, no boy.
That's what I'm like. So that I just can't imagine that it being allowed just because bodily fluids can carry stuff, and it just seems like there'd be some kind of regulation that's like, this is probably not a good idea. I don't know. Science or something.
Even come up. That's what I want to know. How does this conversation even?
Oh,
well, this person wrote in. Yeah, they wrote in. They wrote back in because he wrote back in because last time we had this question, we told him you can't do it. You're not going to find it because he wanted to know if we could help him find a printer. And like, no, there's no printer that's going to do it for you. Mm-hmm. He wrote back in because now he's found a printer. Although he hasn't told me which printer. I'm urging him to write back in and let me know which printer you found is willing to do it because I got some stuff I want to add to. I'm going to add cocaine. I'm going to add cocaine to my comics. I want people to get addicted to them and keep. I don't know why, man. I love this comic. It's going to be awesome.
Somehow when I read it, I just feel energized and like I can do anything.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. I want to thank the 19,236 people listening right now in the World Radio. Right now, they are tuned in. Thank you, Germany. Thank you, France, Peru, Mexico. Thank you, guys. Write in any questions you need to write in. We're here. And I also, let me see. I want to put that across the screen too so that people can see it. It gives a whole new meaning to a book being called a one shot.
Good job, Phil. Good job.
Yeah, that's a good one. So I have a question for you guys. What do you think happened? Personal question. Everyone here, we kind of rely on we have a career. in the arts. Even if it's just a side career, it does pay some bill occasionally. When the shutdown happened, I was lucky in that everything I had in surplus because I usually go out and buy stuff that I don't need. Lola gets me out, you got paper. I don't have this paper. you know. Um,
Because I buy you stuff
yeah,
when I
yeah.
see it.
And then she does the same shit. She'll come in, I bought you this, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I have 5 of those, but I'll take it. So I was in a really good place supply wise for the art when we got the shut in orders. But I noticed art stores are closed. For a writer, Stephanie has to be concerned that her computer's going to crap out on her, and if it does, where the hell am I going to get a new one? Do I have to run to Amazon? Amazon pushed things back. It took Randy a month to get his headphones. His headphones got broken. He had to get new headphones. It took him a month to get them. So, David, did you know that were you impacted not just by cons, but were you impacted at all by
Yeah,
not?
I've been living upstate New York, so I'm kind of in a very rural area here. So any direction you try to travel, the biggest place to get supplies is an hour or an hour and a half away. So anytime I go pick up supplies, I get a year's worth of inks and paper and whatever else I may need to get the job done. So that really didn't affect me. The biggest thing that affected me was teaching from home. Actually made it a little bit tougher to be able to find time to be able to write and draw and ink and color. It's like teaching from home. You would think you're like, oh, you're just sitting around watching reruns of Charlie's Angels on TV, and every once in a while you grade some papers. But it's been constant contact with parents and kids and families and trying to make sure you're getting everything out there for all the kids and parents that need it. So I would say that the biggest impact it had on me was my ability to be able to find those regulated blocks of time that I've been using for the last 8 years, and to be able to find time to be able to do it. So I've carved some time out here and there. So I would say that was the biggest thing that affected me.
I think that for again, like you buy in bulk, so you were lucky. Stephanie, were you scared? Were you affected at all by the shutdowns or anything? Besides the count.
Well, yeah. Cons aside, luckily, I had a crappy laptop, but I was able to upgrade it last month. So I honestly wasn't really affected. I already worked from home. So I do this, I'm a writer, basically full time, but I have a part-time job that I work online, from home. So for me, I always have to have my stuff working or have backups, because if I don't, I'm losing 100% of my work. And with my painting stuff that I do, I am definitely running low on supplies, but now that things are opening up, I'm not too worried about it. But I've been lucky that it didn't really affect me in that way. So yay.
Brett, did you have any issues? Did you run out of anything? Run out of paper, pencils?
Luckily for me, I go to like Hobby Lobby or Staples, and they've been open down here in Florida. So
You see, my Hobby Lobby was closed. They're like, nope, you're not coming in here. But my favorite bookstore just opened back up. You have to make an appointment now. 10 people. Tell them when you're going to get there. I don't mind that though. I walk in like I own the place. Excuse me, it's my appointment time. Out of the way. I can't wait. Randy says Varian's a hoarder. I am. You know what's sad? If you look in my living room, Lola's grandfather had a really big card collection. In the 90s, my father started collecting a bunch of comic book cards, sports cards, baseball cards, and action figures, all cased up, all boxed. Just a bunch of stuff. And so I've boxed a lot of that stuff up, and it's in the garage. Now, my father passed away when I was 12 years old, but so we kept all that stuff. Well, Krista's grandfather, Lola's grandfather, he just got married, and he brought over he kept a set, but he gave her all of his doubles. and we're talking like at least 30, 40 boxes of cards, like big moving boxes of cards. And so we put a lot of them in books. There's still cards upon cards, and I like trading cards. That love is waning because they're everywhere. It's like trading.
Sorted now.
Yeah, well, so they're sorted, but I was giving trading cards away. I was giving away like, here, take some trading cards. Hey kid, come here. Don't you like trading cards? Put them in the spokes of your tires. It was ridiculous. But yeah, you would think I'm a hoarder because the living room looks like there's still some boxes. It's starting like the set of Sanford and Son in there actually. So we got to get in there and fix that.
Great pull, man. Sanford and Son, great pull.
Yeah. Randy says mass quantity is a monster drink and door hang. Randy,
We don't drink Monster.
you're gonna leave my door hangers alone. He's just trying to trigger me. Um, um, Gary, were you at all hassled at all by the shutdown? That anything shut down that you needed?
Well, I went to a lot of cons in the area. Foxborough, Vermont, up in New Hampshire, Concord, New Hampshire. So that's where I sold a lot of my indie comics up there. And the local stores like in Clinton, Massachusetts, or Fitchburg, Mass. The comic book stores are closed there where I used to get my supplies, especially my boards and my bags and stuff and my books and whatever I wanted to go in there for to read and stuff are all gone. So yeah, it affected me that way, I do have a full-time job also besides that, so it hasn't really affected my full-time job. But to sell any of my comics and things like that, yeah, it's affected that a lot.
I mean,
anybody else here have jobs or
Orange Happy's an appointment now. For me, I don't want to say the cons, but the cons not being there has been an issue. The thing that's affected me though is I read a lot of books and not just comics. I'm always getting art books. I'm always getting just any like geeky book I can, something interesting about artists. A lot of biographies, and I couldn't go to the bookstore. So I was feeling that, and I didn't like that, and I didn't like. Also, I was noticing that again, shipping is an issue. I ship a lot of stuff out to people. People, I sell some stuff on eBay from time to time, or Lola has to send out someone pays $50 for a pair of socks. I'm just kidding. That is
bringing it back to the foot porn.
Yeah. Peachy has been.
I just got $100 for a bra.
Yeah, she got $100 for a bra. Someone said, "I'll give you $100 for a bra," and she was like, "Okay." I don't. Does it have to be your bra?
There was an old one that I didn't want anymore. So.
Sure. See, that's messed up. There's no aftermarket value for my clothes.
People don't want men's clothes.
Dudes are gross and girls are not.
But people are always asking me for like my bras or my outfits.
Oh my god.
Outfits and stuff.
I don't know why. People just want my outfits and stuff.
I made a joke. Oops. I made a joke about Lola having me having to wear one of Lola's bras for a mask in case things got bad. And I said, "Oh crap! There's no way I can do that. That cup is going to cover my entire head. I have to put some eye slits in there just to see. I'll like Batman running around. What are you? I just might as well get an Iron Man helmet. That would be all right."
You guys are married, right?
Yeah. It's sorry. It's been a long
No,
road.
but it's awesome that you guys are married and have the same interests in comics and things like that.
It didn't start out that way.
I tell my wife that I write comics and I do that, and I show her my art. She's, "Oh, that's nice. That's really cool. But it's not like the same. She's not really into comics. You know what I mean?"
when I met him, I knew nothing about comics. I
Oh,
know everything now because of him.
I'm gonna clip
but
that.
now you're
I'm gonna clip that. I want that
boring.
clip. I know everything now
So
because of him. That's right. That's right. It was me. It was-
I had picked up interest of my own, but you're the one that introduced me there.
yeah, but see, your interests were girly things. Like
No, it wasn't.
no, it wasn't actually. It was pretty bad. But I will say this.
I was in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, she was. I calmed her down a lot. Jeez. Certification by Bra, says Sarah, and then right, so that's where he sells all the marital ways. Big boobs are in comics, therefore it can be merch. Yeah, I've had a problem with that. People get mad at me because the way I draw women, and I'm like, look at the girls I'm surrounded by. I mean, I see I live alone. I see Stephanie every other weekend at a show. You know, like these women are statuesque. Although I did come up with a name for Stephanie and Lola. I came up with another name for both of them. It's their own little personal group. It may expand. May have to add Sarah to that. I don't know. I don't know how she feels, but the untannable Italians, because I've never
It's true.
seen. Yeah, I've never seen such pale Italian women in my life. I'm like, what the hell is going on? They burn. They go outside and they burn. Like I can't do an outside con. Are you crazy?
Nope.
But it's hard to find a significant other
Mhm.
to like get to what you're doing. You know, like
Yeah.
I have 5 daughters and 1 son, right?
Mhm.
And 3 of my daughters are like they come to me with the cons every once in a while, but my son's always there. You know, he always helps me out. He likes the he goes to all the Comic Cons with me, meets the stars, everything, gets autographs, and helps me out at my table to sell stuff. And his buddy Andy comes with him. We make a weekend of it. We had a great time, but it's hard to find like a significant other to like get into your stuff that you're doing. Like they don't. Sometimes they don't just don't understand because they're not there. They don't get the indie stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I like the indie stuff more than mainstream.
You like the indie stuff more than mainstream?
I do. Especially recently. There's a lot of good indie books coming out.
Steph, how do you feel about that titty tracks? That could have been a good. That could
How
have
do
been
I
a
feel
good.
about titty tracks? Well, let me tell you.
That could have been a great name. Steph, how do you feel about like as a female who's you said you got comics everywhere.
Mhm.
Were there books that just appeal to you that might appeal to Gary's daughters, or is it just is how did you? I mean, I guess Sarah can kind of weigh in too. How does that work? How do females get brought into comics? We got, I mean, for the longest, Diamond told the publishers that you guys weren't the market at all.
Mhm.
So what was it for you that made you say, I like these damn things? These are cool.
Well, it was X-Men. X-Men was like my jam. So I was like in love with Jean Grey and Rogue, and I'm not really big into superhero comics, but I really did like X-Men. So that's kind of what started it. And then going to conventions and meeting all these creators who weren't with Marvel or DC or Image, like people that are just doing the things that they love and seeing the amazing uh so many different types of stories than you get from, the big two. And so it was just really nice. And, I do read a lot of Image books. And a couple Marvel, but not really any DC. So I'm mostly indie. But I don't know. I guess it was just kind of like a slow moving thing where it started off with X-Men, and then a few years later I started going to cons, and then I'm like, wow, there's a lot of really good stories, and it just got me hooked.
Yeah, my sister was big into the X-Men too because of the strong female characters that were in there, like Jean Grey and Storm
Storm,
and
yeah.
Kitty Pryde, yeah, and it just went like even when Storm was like the leader of the X-Men at one time, she was really into that kind of story back then. And I think the '80s, honestly, '80s, maybe early '90s, late '70s were some of the best X-Men stories that I ever read and that I got into. My sister was really into that too. And I think that it really appealed to a lot of female readers and admirers of that age that came through. You know? I don't know
Yeah.
about today. I don't read too many Marvel comics today or even DC because it's all the same stories now. And it's just, I don't know, me maybe, because I'm older, you know, I don't know.
No, the stories are horrible.
Can I throw some
They
jump?
are.
I think that to get everybody riled up, I think that Cyclops is a better character than Wolverine.
I can see that.
Wolverine's
Oh, okay,
overrated.
all
I
right,
can see that.
all right. I didn't think I'd get anybody to agree.
Wolverine's a little overrated. I agree with that.
What is going on
Great
here?
character.
I think we need to cut their mics.
Yeah. Let me see here. Wait. Wait, it's getting very static here. 1 second. Oh, we lost David, and I'm just gonna. No, he's back there. Listen. Well, I'm convinced that Wolverine and Cyclops and the battle between those guys. I understand it, but
There's no battle now.
there's no battle now. Apparently they're sleeping together. Thanks to yeah. It's the weirdest thing, and my heart is broken. I love Wolverine. I'm a Wolverine guy.
We got Wolverine everywhere in the house.
Yeah, and in fact, I noticed something, and I think I need to talk to a therapist about this. My favorite characters are usually very like the assholes of the teams. Like I like Wolverine. Okay, he's my favorite character. He's my favorite X-Men. Okay, when it comes to Ninja Turtles, I like Raphael. Zach Morris is my favorite Saved by the Bell character.
And we all know he's an asshole. So
Yeah, Zach Morris is trash, right? Alvin from Alvin the Chipmunks, my favorite. Huey from DuckTales, the one that they were all assholes. Michael Keaton from Family Ties. These were all my role models growing up.
Michael Keaton from Family Ties.
Alex Keaton. Yeah,
I was going to
Alex
say Michael Keaton wasn't in that show.
No, Alex Keaton.
I don't think.
Alex Keaton.
Alex Keaton. Michael J. Fox character. That's why I got the Michael.
Yeah, Michael J. Fox.
I remember Tom Hanks in Family Ties, but I don't remember he was drinking the bottles of the cooking sherry.
Yeah.
Family Ties. Showing my age a little bit.
I love those shows and I love those characters. So it's like then I thought about it. I'm like, if I drew a picture of all the characters that I liked, someone would tell me this is an angry young man. You should get away from him. Yeah, and I am. I'm the thing. Now, my favorite DC character is Batman, but this Cyclops nonsense you guys are talking about is madness. And Starscream. Okay, see that Starscream Megatron thing. Okay, when I was a kid, and I'm sure that I'm sure Stephanie's about to psychoanalyze me here, but when I was a kid and I would watch Transformers, and this is I was born in 82, so you're looking at 85, 86, 87. I thought that Starscream was a girl, the Decepticon. There was a plane. And I think it may have been because of the afterburners were on his chest and it kind of stuck out like breast. And he had that high pitched voice like this. And I remember Megatron would knock the fuck out of Starscream whenever Starscream had done something wrong. And I was, as a child, okay with this because bitch shouldn't have messed up. And now I'm sitting there like, as an adult, I'm like, wow, I was okay with that. Like I'm watching Megatron like beat the holy hell out of Starscream, and I'm like, so now the running gag is Starscream is a female. I've retconned it. Starscream is female all that time. She was getting her ass by Megatron, and I was okay with it.
I do remember reading somewhere that Starscream and Megatron were loosely based off of Archie Bunker and Edith. So that's
See?
tracks.
There you go. Yeah.
See, and come on, I mean,
Randy.
who? I am. Also, favorite Autobot. Well, it was Optimus Prime, but I had some other favorites. I like Prowl, who was a police car, which is weird because I'm black. He's not my favorite police. And cop car, their favorite, and then Cliff Jumper. But favorite Decepticon was always Starscream. Starscream should have been the leader, but I mean, whatever.
I'm partial to GoBots, so.
GoBots was cool. Remember the little motorcycle that would transfer? Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, love it.
I do have. I was David. I was trying to bring up Correct Handed Comics. I got the Facebook though. There we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm gonna bring up the site Correct Handed. So Correct Handed is left-handed apparently.
Yes, correct-handed. Left-handed.
My son is left-handed, and it was really weird because we got told. Very attracted to speakers. What do you tell a Starscream with two black eyes? Nothing. Megatron told him twice. Those would be two blackened optics. They don't have eyes. They have optics. So anyway, it's the left hand thing. My son, they were worried. Doctors were worried about him. They were like, "Oh, he's not using his right hand at all, and we're gonna have to give him expensive therapies." And they ended up. I'm like, guys, maybe he's right-handed, and they were like, "Or left-handed," and they were like, "Oh." I want to show you. Sarah's left-handed. I want to show you guys something. Gary, because Gary has stunning and brave. He's transformed in front of us. He's got a lot better looking. Hello.
He went to the bathroom.
No problem. So
Not social distancing today.
that's fine. I seen him step away, and I said, "Oh, he's putting someone there. This is awesome. I can pick with them."
I'm his daughter, Taylor.
Taylor and the Taylor, we understand. We got this whole panel here for you, Taylor. We understand. Hold on. I gotta Taylor, we understand you don't like comics. What's up?
Wow, you put her on the spot, man.
Yeah. This is an intervention. We understand you don't like comics. What's the problem? You think you're too good for comics? Is that what this is?
Hey, no, I never. Did he tell you that?
He told us a lot of things. We're concerned, frankly.
I mean, some of his comics, I won't say I read them all, but I have read like the Laura Croft comics. I know they're Tomb Raider.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch him play Tomb Raider. We used to do Berry comics, and I read those comics. So, but it's just not. I read 3 books, and I'm not a visual, I guess, kind of person. Yeah, the pictures just don't work for me.
Variant in that judgment. I can feel it through the screen here.
I like this doesn't compute. Like
my friend is like a graphic designer. I like art and everything like that. It's just the way I read it and understand it. It's too much for me.
Busted my balls.
It's not Archie comics.
No.
I can't understand. This is. I mean, your father makes comics. It doesn't track. So okay. I got a question.
Up. He came in with the comics as he's my stepdad, so he came in. He had one comic book and he had the second one like ready to go, but it wasn't until a couple of years ago that he started actually creating them. So I didn't really grow up on it. He kept everything locked in his parents' basement. That's the hardest comic.
Everything? What's going on with Gary, man? I'm starting to get worried.
Concerned about Gary.
Books that never saw, couldn't touch.
I am. Are you gonna do a Comic-Con with them when Comic-Cons come back? Will you at least come sit with them and maybe listen?
I have.
Jason Momoa comes to Comic-Cons. Don't you want a picture with Charlie Hunnam and Jason Momoa and all these other guys who were flirting with my wife in front of my face?
Never heard of them.
I mean, unless they're gonna flirt with me, no.
Oh, they will. They will. Let me tell you, Michael Rooker. Michael Rooker is making.
I'm on there. Nobody wants to say anything. Oh, okay.
Michael Rooker has made 2 trips to my damn table to go over and say hi to Lola and hold her hand.
And pull me close to him.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm like, Rooker, what are you doing? What are you doing, Rooker? Yeah, we have yeah. Well, I'm look, if my thought is if he steals her, he's opening me up for Alexa Bliss, who I'm trying to marry.
Oh man.
Yeah. Hey, I'm shooting.
You got a plan in place.
I got a plan in place. I'm trying to get there. I've tried to go the sister wife route. It's kind of hard getting sister wife. It's kind of hard, but I'm gonna either that's gonna. I may move to Utah. Just so I can get away with this type of. I'm willing to make that sacrifice. But so let me go back to Correct the Handed Comics real quick. So we got your site up here, and David. Now I see Offspring. I see Shady Lady, and these are 2 of your books. You can buy these now on Amazon.com.
Yeah, you can get. There's links on my webpage, correcthandedcomics.com. Links to all of our books. We have multiple titles out, one-shots, 4-issue miniseries, ongoing series, and a 100+ page graphic novel. You can find them all right there on correcthandedcomics.com. The one-shots are black and white because they're more thriller, noir type projects, and I thought they'd look a lot better in black and white. Offspring is color. The 4-issue miniseries we have out is Evolution Utero, and it's probably the closest thing I have to a superhero story. And the concept is, what if the worst kind of person in the world got impregnated with a superhero fetus, and how that would affect her emotionally, physically, and if it would change her at all. And the story, I think, is a real good. It's got a good twist at the end that opens it up to sequels if possible. It's selling pretty good, so I think I'm going to probably in the next couple of years start working on the sequel to it. I'm a big fan of the Back to the Future trilogy, so I tried to end it like it was the DeLorean flying off into space with the be continued. Even though the story was done, I wanted to make sure I left it open for some sequels, and I really enjoyed drawing that one. And then you'll see The Loved Ones there, which is the children of classic movie monsters that go hunt for their parents.
I just put that in my Amazon cart.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I'm excited to I love old movie monsters, so it's that's perfect for me.
I'm a big fan too. I hope it checks all the boxes for you, because we tried to check all the boxes with that one.
Oh, I'll let you know. We're Facebook friends, dude. You'll hear. No, I'm teasing.
I like the site layout, and the Offspring was pretty cool. I do like in the artwork. It seems like is the art done by the same artist across all the books, or
it's me?
Is it you? Okay, all right. Yeah. Well, that would make sense.
The only one, The Loved Ones, was written by a buddy of mine, Brian Menard from Dojo Kun Comics. Excuse me. He's a great writer. One of the guys I met through those small press books that I was working on many years ago, and we've just stayed in touch. And it was a perfect book to be able to collaborate on. But everything else is written and drawn by me.
No relation to Stephanie, obviously.
No relation.
No.
I was telling Stephanie that I was stalking her online. I'm like, I wonder if these two are related somehow, but nope.
No. No. I name drop Stephanie all the time when I go into the hardware store, Menards. I'm like, I know Stephanie. And they're like,
Are we gonna have this conversation again?
yeah, like, sir, it's $24.99. But I know Stephanie. She won't stand for this. So I need you to call the Chesterfield Menards and tell them that I'm not gonna pay full price anymore, Steph.
I got your back. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
they're
let
gonna
'em
tell
know.
me no too, but I'll try. I'll put in the effort.
Yeah. I'm still catching hell for my Stephanie Menard's joke. Stephanie Lake Menard story. I'm still catching hell for that from Rob Anderson. He still says any joke you have to. It's a 30-minute setup for the joke. It's not 30 minutes, but it's a pretty long setup. It's okay. I won't tell it again. When people don't, look, that joke is like a fine wine. It's gonna age very well, and sooner or later, you guys are gonna realize I'm a genius. Gary, is there a site for Pyramid Nights? Let me take a look.
Well, there is. Just on Facebook right now. That's all I have. And I have an email, pyramidnights@gmail.com. So you can look them up on Facebook. You can look up my name on Facebook.
What is this? Hold on. Hey, I didn't get a mug.
Oh no, hey, I will send you that if you want. Just let me know, man.
I didn't get a
poster, a shirt, and a mug.
We got posters, shirts. What is this?
I'll send all you guys one.
Well, not. Now that we're sending stuff back and forth. Yeah, I think those mugs will be nice on my desk.
There you go. I wanted to see you drinking from it too. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter what's in it. I just want to see you drink.
The Thursday morning show, I try to always have like a mug or something on my table, and I had a Joe Kubert mug, and it went missing. Have you seen it? I haven't seen it, huh?
Well, I have a black one too. I have like a bigger black one if you drink a lot of coffee.
So do I. Oh, never mind.
Like that. You know what size T-shirt you got? I will send it to you. I'll send them all to you. Whatever you guys want for nothing, I'll take care of you.
Thank you. That's the way it's supposed to be done. Although, it sounds like when I get free stuff, I'm always happy. And you never know, it's free food tastes better. just in comments are too much. And he says you get those comments free.
This is my real first podcast, so I'll take care of you. No big.
Cool.
1, 2, 3. There we go.
Yeah, you're always welcome to come back on. Oh, I'm sorry, Lola. I muted you and then I unmuted you. So let's go around one more time. I'm going to show everybody's pages and where you can get people's books from one more time, and then we will move on and then we'll say goodbye and let everybody know we'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning's Thursday, right? Yeah, I'll be back on the Breakfast Buzz. God willing, I get some sleep. That's when a pirate.
Oh, Randy. I'm just gonna keep saying, "Oh, Randy."
Randy.
Do we know this guy?
Renard. Let's take a look at some of this. Although I'll tell you this, I am afraid of Stephanie kicking. I'm slightly afraid of Stephanie. Like, I imagine a pissed Stephanie is like the most scariest thing ever. Like,
well, she's Italian.
Yeah.
It rarely ever happens. So like when it does, it's kind of it's pretty bad. Yeah. It's pretty bad. Not gonna lie, but whatever.
So we're gonna take
comics.
We're gonna take a look here at Green Tempest again.
Hey, Dave. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Dave Brown. Hey, Dave came in the chat late. Look at you.
But he showed up, and that's all that matters. Yeah. Good man.
Take a look at Green Tempest here again right now on GoFundMe. Art looks good. Colors look nice. This is Brett's book, but you can find it on but this one is the one that's currently going Right now, we got $20 on a $4,000 goal raise. So, maybe we can get that.
Definitely, I'll take care of you, brother.
Yeah, we should. He's try to get that up a little bit more. But the art looks good. I like it.
Very dynamic. Looks great. Very good. Yeah.
And then we have Pyramid Nights, which I'm gonna bring back up here because I'm still on the same page because I'm looking at that stuff. I'm like, why don't I have any of that? Why don't I have? I don't have any of that. So there we go. Yep. Pyramid Nights comic. He's got the posters. He's got the T-shirts. He got the mugs. You're up to 4 issues now, right? And if they contact you, if people contact you, they can get it.
The 5th one just finished, and I'm working on 6, and then an offshoot of it called The Last Pyramid.
Excellent.
I'll get that there, and anybody, like I said, all you guys want any of this stuff, just message me on Facebook, Gary Henderson, or the Pyramid Nights. Just find it there, and it's all yours. Just let me know, because this is great stuff, man. We gotta all stick together.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And right now, listen. To the currently 21,000 people listening right now that offer free stuff did not extend to you. If you want some stuff, you're gonna have to pay, fellas and ladies. Listen. So
you guys have convinced me more swag. Got it.
Yeah.
Right. Write that down too. I'm writing that down. More swag.
So, but you can contact Gary and say, hey, Gary, Gary Henderson, G-A-Y. I said G-A-Y. Wow. Gary Henderson, Henderson, which is actually my mother's father's his maiden name. So it was not his maiden name, but his name is Claude Henderson Patton, and my name was almost Claude. My name was almost Claude, and thankfully it's not. I'll take. I'll take Varian over that, because the only thing I got picked on in school was, I didn't get picked on. There was a girl I was dating, and the guy that liked her, whenever she said, "Oh, I'm out with Varian," he said, "Ovarian," like ovarian cancer. Like the shit was funny.
Oh God.
So one day she left her phone in the car, and he called, and I answered it. And I said, "Hey, this is Varian." He said, "Oh, Varian." And I said, "That's right, because I killed her, her lower extremities." And yeah. And he never called back again. It was great. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad, for naming me Ovarian. Although I did have a friend who thought my name was Variant for years. He put a T on the end of my name.
People still call you Variant.
Yeah, they do. They do. My name is Varian, people. Varian, like Bavarian with no buh. Anyway.
You can't say his name. Call him V.
Yeah, just say V or hey you. And let's take one more look here. I can't believe I closed the tab down, but I'll fix it. We are going to take one more look at Correct-Handed Comics.
Okay.
Which, again, I mean, the nerve of this guy. He already said that. He already said that Cyclops is better, and now he's out here saying that. Yeah, he's.
I stand by my statement.
He's more DC than Marvel. Let me ask you a question.
Hold it against him there.
Let me. I know a gentleman that's pro Comics Code Authority. You want to support that too while you're at it?
Comics Code? No, I don't like censorship.
All right, just making sure. It's like we'll have
CorrectHandedComics.com. You can find links to all of our books there. On Facebook at Correct-Handed Comics. You can find me on Instagram at David.Whalen.1614 and on Twitter at Handed Correct. I had to flip it.
We can't sit and eat next to each other. We're bumping our elbows all day. We can't do it. Can't even draw next to each other. I can't draw next to that guy. Van always loves gobbling free stuff. That's so nasty. We call you very.
Oh,
we
Rob.
hope you change.
Wow, that's a wiener kick right there.
Yeah. That was that hurt, Rob. That hurt. Yeah. That,
And
Maybe it's
just a
because
taco,
yeah.
really.
yeah. Or maybe it's because there's very many different sides to you, or many different versions of you.
That's right. That's right. There's so many. Yeah, they call.
Changed so quick.
Yeah, they try to put a term on. They used to call it schizophrenia or something, some old outdated term. Now I'm just retreating to my safe spaces, my mini safe space. I'm just kidding. So, guys, thank you for joining us.
I really appreciate you guys coming
Thank
on
you.
tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Lola, I had you muted.
I really appreciate you guys coming on tonight. All your books look awesome, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Very much appreciate you having us on. Us on.
Thank you. It was so much fun. I had the greatest time ever. It's great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you for tuning in. Geekgasm will be back with you Wednesday at 9 p.m. As always, and then I'll have breakfast with us tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. 9 in the morning, and then Art of War returns Friday. Art of War is our artist show where artists come on, they draw a picture. They don't know what they're drawing until I tell them, and then they get mad and they cuss me out. But hey, they draw it. It's fun. They win stuff, so it's cool. So too.
Any artist is interested in coming on the show, let one of us know.
Yeah. Any artist want to come on and draw something, and we talk and we have fun. It's an hour and a half of artistic banality. Is that a good word? Banality. Banality sounds so nasty. Banality.
Sounds good.
It is a fun show though. I love doing it. I want to thank everybody for watching. Everyone here, please stay safe, stay healthy. Everyone listening on Indigo Radio, you guys do the same. We appreciate you listening. We appreciate you costing me server money because the listeners keep going up and up and up.
Anyone that hasn't subscribed to the YouTube yet, please go subscribe and like our videos.
Yeah, go subscribe to that YouTube, because if you don't, what's gonna happen is eventually I'm gonna get tired of paying for this. You know, no, I do. If you don't have an opportunity, if you do have an opportunity, please go over to YouTube, like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. Give the video a thumbs up, especially because that helps the algorithm. Anyway, we're out of here. I ate up enough of your time. You guys have a good day out there in the internet lands, and remember, if you leave the house, if your wife leaves the house and she tells you to do things and you put in these steps, she will divorce you.
Divorced. Hashtag divorce.
Yeah. We have it on good authority. You will be divorced if you put those steps in the house. This has been an Indie production. We're not owned by Disney yet, but we are available. See you guys later.